Come on, Laura, save us.
It's so obnoxious being called America Last and being told that I'm not really American or that I'm America Last. It really honestly just makes me want to go live a quiet, peaceful life. Not give up, but it's just so toxic. And I used to think to myself, wow, if somebody were to shoot and kill me someday, or somebody were to attack me or, cause severe bodily harm, I used to think that it would be a Muslim. But now with the level of death threats and hate mail that I get from people online who are like these wannabe youth posters posting actual neo-Nazi content, part of me wonders that maybe I'll be killed or death by a neo-Nazi. Who knows? I used to think that it would be a Muslim, but now part of me is wondering if it's going to be this new generation of radicalized people on the internet who have just been totally consumed by this Jew obsession from podcasters that all they want to talk about is Jews. It's rainy outside. It's the Jews. My dog had diarrhea today. It's the Jews.
I love this. Is my favorite brand of brain rot because we haven't been listening to the one and only self-proclaimed Jewish state carry out a live stream for the last 2 years in the name of Judaism, under the banner of Judaism. They tell us every day, we're the Jews, we're the Jews, we're the Jews. Look at what we're doing. We're the Jews. We're committing we're the Jews. Blah, 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 blah. It's everybody that's reacting to that. It's just everyone that's reacting to all of that happening. That's the problem.
My tea, it was too hot. It burned my tongue. It's the Jews. I mean, it seems like there really is this new breed of podcaster or investigative journalists, as they like to call themselves, that just wants to blame the Jews for everything. And it's like, when do we just stop talking about it?
When the one and only Jewish state, Laura Loomer, ends its live stream and ethnic cleansing campaign of the Palestinian civilization. Once they stop flying that Jewish flag in the name of Judaism, committing mass on an industrial scale with an entire economy and supply chain of backed behind it with our tax money in our name, then maybe we'll stop talking about the Jews. But until then, you can shove it up your Until then, Laura Loomer, you can shove it up your kosher for all I care.
When do we get to go back to normal and talk about other issues?
Oh my God. Can you just imagine what Laura Loomer's been going through these past 2 years? Never underestimate a Zionist's ability to center themselves as the one and only victim, no matter what. It's always the that are the victims, okay? They always tell you that they're the victim and never what they're doing. It's always about what's happening to them, never what they do. I mean, just incredible. I forgot, guys. We forgot. Shame on us. We forgot that Laura Loomer has been suffering, and Laura Loomer is actually the victim of all this.
I don't know. Hopefully soon, because it's really exhausting. And I think I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tired of it. I mean, I'm really...
God. The last thing we want her to be is tired of this. Oh my God. Has anybody seen my tiny violin?
Honestly, kind of at my wit's end dealing with this nonsense.
It's funny because Judeo-Christian, that whole Judeo-Christian bloc, whatever you want to call it, these white supremacists and Jewish supremacists who somehow have an alliance against Islam and Muslims and Arabs, suddenly they realize that there's a contradiction between them too. There's a contradiction happening that's antagonistic between the Jewish supremacists and the Christian supremacists. And look at that. The two that we thought they were united in fighting, it turns out they're their own worst enemies. I think Charlie Kirk was realizing this too on the other end of the spectrum, that actually he fought his entire life defending Judeo-Christian values, whatever the that is, and preaching from the pulpit the horrors of Sharia law, for example, and the dangers of Islam, and just how dangerous and barbaric the were. And yet, who is he fearing for his life on behalf of at the end of his life? Who was he concerned about? Was he concerned about Islamists and radical extremist Muslim groups? Or was he fearing the one and only Jewish state for not towing the line? It's ironic, right? That he taught and spewed Islamophobia for his entire career. And who were the people that took him out? What was the entity that took him out? And if you don't believe it was the Israelis, okay, fine. Who was he concerned concerned that was going to take him out near the end of his life? Who was he having a falling out with at the end of his life? Now Laura Loomer, from the other side of that angle, is starting to see the same thing from Christians like Charlie Kirk. Now she's scared. Now she's scared about Christians. She's like, I thought it was the Muslims, but maybe it's the Christians now. The Christians are like, I thought it was the Muslims, but maybe it's the Jews now. What a show. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to the page to help it grow. And if you'd like to support my work, join my Patreon for exclusive content.